Louisiana Beer Reviews St. Arnold 2020 Cognac Barrel French Press Imperial Coffee Porter. This was issued on December 7th, 2020. It's our Imperial Coffee Porter aged in cognac barrels. Don't know whose cognac barrels. For almost a year, they used Java Pura coffee. Barrel aging lends balanced oak flavor alongside notes of fresh grape, toffee, and vanilla. The end result is a complex and decadent beer, best equipped from a snifter by your fireplace. Well, not by a fireplace. I do have the heater running. We had a warm little spell here during the winter here of early 2021. Got up to 81 degrees, but now today it's rainy, cold, and dropping into the 50s. So this is from Houston, Texas. I bought this earlier this year at Cognac. It was expensive, about $6.99 a bottle, $28 a 4-pack. Oh, not going to be buying too much of this. Ingredients. They're taking their regular Java Pura coffee porter, okay, and they're treating it, but the ingredients are 2-row double roasted crystal, and pale chocolate and golden naked oats. So there's 3 types of malt. 2-row double roasted pale crystal, pale chocolate, and golden naked oats. Sorry for that delay problem. East Kent Goldings hops, right. Java Pura espresso blend coffee. It gets no score on Beer Advocate. There's only 5 reviews. It's not even listed on Rate Beer, and it's an 82 out of 100, which is very high. On Untappd with 172 check-ins. There's 3 video reviews for this. I don't have a snifter today, but I will use that for the bourbon barrel version of this. This is 9.3. The bourbon barrel is 9.9. It's both of them are 48 international bitterness units. Didn't see any smoke. That flowed out of that bottle so perfectly, no glugging. It was like a perfect silky pour. Look at that medium khaki head, and it's very overcast and rainy and horrible outside. I was walking a half a mile earlier. I plan to walk another mile today. This is a good warm you up product. See some brown. It's dark brown, but I see some lighter brown around the bottom and some bubbles congregating at the bottom. My hair is wild. All right. Smells like dark roasted beer. Smell a little coffee. What about the cognac? The cognac. What cognacs do I have right now? I got the Martell Blue Swift in the VS. I think that's the only cognacs I have in the house at this particular time. If you ever want to try a pre-packaged cognac, RTD ready to drink cocktail cognac, get the Monaco Cognac. It's a purple can. Sometimes they call it purple grape. It depends. I don't know why they have, but both of them say made with cognac. It's pretty interesting. 10%. 12-ounce can. 2 for $5. 2 for $5. Okay, I do not work for Monaco Cocktails. It's an interesting product to try. Taste. I hope that heater's not too loud. That fan motor is kind of quiet, I guess. But that microphone and that camera is so sensitive. Somebody could whisper across a cornfield and say, "Hey," and it would sound on the camera like, "Hey!" Oh. Java Pura espresso blend coffee, dark roasted barley malt. Now, I'm not talking about cognac. because if they hadn't mentioned it on the label and the website that I was researching, I don't think I'd be bringing it up. I'm just not tasting cognac brandy. Cognac being a variant of brandy. Just like bourbon being a variant of whiskey. People will say, well, I prefer whiskey over bourbon, or vice versa. I say, well, bourbon is whiskey. Scotch is whiskey. Cognac is brandy. So forth. Porter is a type of beer, an ale beer, or unless it's a Baltic porter, then it's a lager. What about stouts? Well, they're a type of porter. Tequila is the most popular type of mezcal, and as we move on, see no sediment whatsoever. Pure pour. Sam Houston. St. Arnold Brewing is right north of Interstate 10 in the middle of Houston. You can see it from the interstate if you're heading westbound. It's right to your right. The only thing separating it from the interstate highway is a fence in the service road. Although I think the service road curves and goes north from the brewery. I think it's like hugs the fence line. Anyway, it's right there. Right there. Then you can get off at the exit west of that, go around, it'd be right there. Easy to get to, easier than the Anheuser-Busch Brewery tour that they discontinued. Now that one you could get lost because it wasn't like off the interstate around the corner to the brewery. It was off the interstate, down the street, go around the street, go up the street, go right on this street, down, and then left, and then into the brewery facility in the middle of a warehouse district. I just don't think tourists were stopping there and going to see that. I just don't think when tourists went to Houston they were even thinking about Anheuser-Busch, and consequently they discontinued the tour and closed down. I think they closed down their welcome center there. I could be wrong. Their hospitality center. Just wasn't any traffic there. Beautiful place. Beautiful brewery tour. Beautiful brewery built in 1966 to replace the original Anheuser-Busch 1893 Houston, Texas brewery. Another true story. But anyway, this one, St. Arnold is the big. St. Arnold is one of the big shot Houston breweries today. Of course, the other one on the northwest side of town on Carbach Street is the Carbach Brewery. Great brewery, great tour, really fun. We had a great time. It was cold that day, like today. But St. Arnold is worth visiting. We loved it, most of it. The Carbach is very nice. Anheuser-Busch is very nice. I don't know about the rest. I haven't been to any of the others. Been to those three. All right, so this thing is just delightful. That body. The body, I think I'm speaking too loud. The body is low medium. It's a porter, so porters tend to be thin bodied, and this one is relatively thin bodied. So if you say, oh no, I'm not drinking that, it's going to be too thick and rich and heavy. No. It'll be strong, 9.3. But it's not rich in this. It's not really rich, it's not thick, and it's definitely not heavy. Finish is pretty dry, actually. On the Cyclops scale, I finally got a little Cognac Barrel. But 2 out of 5 sugar cubes is not really that sweet. It's almost powdery dry, almost. Bitterness, 48. 1.5 out of 5 hop cones. So it's so mellow. So very mellow. But when you keep drinking it, you're going to say, it's very strong. and I didn't expect that, but you should have. It says 9.3 on the bottle. I'm very curious about the bourbon barrel. I've done the pumpkin tour, and I did the Pumpkinator bourbon barrel, and I did the Pumpkinator other super deluxe. But you're gonna pay and pay and pay. Is it way too much money to pay? I mean, I can't say it's way too much money. I agreed to do it. Did I not? And we're gonna say les bon temps relais. A 95 out of 100. It's not super terrifically great, awesomely fantastic, but it is still very nice. It's a most excellent beer. A 95 out of 100. An A, not an A plus, but an A. And I'm gonna end this. I did pay an A plus price, so but I'm gonna end this review by saying, y'all come on down to Southeast. No, better yet, forget that, scratch that. Y'all go to Houston, Texas, and go tour the St. Arnold Brewery.